welcome to our second week in the series on dumb ways to die. And this week we are talking about a guy named Sisera. And Sisera died in a very dumb way. But there's been so many other people in this Bible that have died in so many different ways, and they're all, or some of them are very dumb, honestly. So Sisera, we're going to look at Judges chapter 4, 14 through 22. So looking at this, right now we're in the middle of a battle scene. And Sisera and Barak are going against each other head to head. And one army has the Lord on his side, and then the other army doesn't necessarily, because they're not for him, honestly. So Sisera is fighting this battle, and then he's realizing, oh crap, I'm about to lose. I need to get out of here and flee. So right now we're going to dive into verse 16, where he's fleeing the scene and he is looking for a place to find refuge. So look down at Judges 4 verse 16. It says, "Then Barak chased the chariots and the enemy army all the way to Harosheth-Goim, killing all of Sisera's warriors. Not a single one was left alive. Meanwhile, Sisera ran to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, because Heber's family was on friendly terms with King Jabin of Hazor. Jael went out to meet Sisera and said to him, Come into my tent. Don't be afraid." So he went into her tent. She covered him with a blanket. So right here, it is talking about how Sisera is looking for refuge, and he goes to a family that he believes is going to be his friend and is going to take care of him very well, honestly. And whenever he gets there, Jael is very accommodating to him. So she gives him a blanket, she gives him water, she covers him, she gives him a place to stay, and then she's like, "Hey, you can go to bed, I'll watch the door, no worries, you'll be safe in here." And he's like, "Dude, this is a sweet deal, honestly, because I know I'm going to be safe and I know I'm going to be good because I trust this person." So he goes to bed. And now we're going to pick up back in verse 20. And it says, "Stand at the door of the tent," he told her. "If anybody comes and asks you if there is anyone here, say no." But when Sisera fell asleep from exhaustion, Jael quietly crept up to him with a hammer and a tent peg. And then she nailed it into his head. Oh my goodness, he fell asleep. She came up to him with a tent peg and a hammer and nailed that thing right into his head. This is a crazy story because he was not expecting that. I can tell you that for sure. He was sound asleep and then he just died. It's crazy because he trusted this person. And what's honestly even more crazy to me is that Sisera was an army man. He was the army commander. He headed that army. He was trained to take care of all those people and always to be ready and alert. He never let his guard down, but the time he let his guard down was with what he seemed as his friend. And it was crazy because whenever he let his guard down, that ended in his death. And if he would have just kept his guard up and kept awake and woken up before she killed him, he probably would have been able to take her over and get her way and then leave and flee again and be alive to this day. But since he let his guard down, he let this lady and trusted her take care of him, it ended in his death. So I think it's weird because a lot of us are thinking, okay, so I know I don't have the same situation because I'm never going to be in the army and I'm never going to have tent peg nailed into my head. Like, I don't have friends that would do that. That's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. But what if your friends or the people you're letting into your life are actually not leading you in the right way? Or they're not going to help you whenever you think you need help, or they're not going to help you in the right way. Who are you letting into your life and who are you trusting? And you're going to be relying on these people when you're at your deepest and darkest moments. You can say you're strong, but whenever you are just feeling despair and feeling so destroyed, who do you go to? Who do you turn to? Well, I'm here to tell you today that you need to choose your friends, or you could end up with a tent in your peg or a tent in your head. And that is the story today. So we're going to look at, how do you choose your friends? Like, why is this so important? Because I don't think my friends have that much influence on my life. Well, let me think about this. So whenever I was in high school, I know my friends would always tell me, "Oh, just blow off that one assignment. It's okay. You'll be fine." But then my grade would drop because of that. Or they'd be like, "No, you can cheat on that one paper, or you can cheat on that test." And I would always be like, "Well, I guess, maybe, I don't know." And then I'd go and do it, or somebody would do it. Or people would always say, oh, you can disrespect your family, like you can disrespect your friends. It doesn't matter. It's okay. You'll be fine and eventually. Or you can drink a little bit. It's not going to harm you. Or you can do a little bit of drugs. You won't get addicted. No worries. Or you can give up on this thing you love in life because it's not going to lead you anywhere, honestly. They tell you all these things. Or, oh, you can go that far with your girlfriend or boyfriend because it's going to be okay. You won't get pregnant. Your girlfriend won't get pregnant. Your girl won't get pregnant. No worries. But at the end of the day, they don't know. They have no control over that, but they're leading you into something that could lead you in harm. And it's a sad reality because a lot of us deal with these things and a lot of us let these people have influence in our life. But how do they even get into our life in the first place? Well, it's because we don't choose our friends. We just let them come into our life. Okay, let me tell you this one story about me in high school. So it was my senior year. It was homecoming night. Now, all you're thinking, this is the best night of the year because you're a senior, you basically run the whole show now, and you get to choose the parties, you get to pick how they go, and you get to do whatever thing you want. Okay, so that night we had two different parties going on. One of the parties was going to be the obvious, we're going to be drinking, we're going to be doing drugs, we're going to be doing all these other things, you're going to be surrounded by it, you'll probably get influenced to do it. The other party was going to be a safer option where there wasn't going to be drinking, there wasn't going to be any of those things because all those people had just values that they appreciated not doing those things. So I could have gone to either one of these parties. And honestly, what was more appealing to me was drinking with some of those friends. And I was like, that's going to be so much fun. Like, it's one night a year. It won't harm me. It'll be fine. And then I was talking to my best friend, and she talked to me about this. And she has lived in a past life where her family has been drinking for a long time. And it really has just harmed her. Because of that, she has chosen not to do it and never to be surrounded by it because of that very reason. So she had already made her decision that she wouldn't do that type of stuff. So I was like, well, I'm not going anywhere without my best friend, so I'm going to go with her to the better party that I knew I wasn't going to be influenced by these people to do anything. So what happened was so this party was on Saturday, and then that Monday, we were all sitting in class talking about how good our weekend was, talking about how good homecoming was, and then we were talking about how, okay, so this is like so much fun, like I had a great time, and they were like, yeah, we had a great time too, it was honestly the best night of my life. And then all of a sudden the phone rings. And we're all like, and like when the phone rings in the classroom, we're like, oh, someone gets called out. They get to go home for the day. But actually, somebody at my table got called and they went to the principal's office. And we were like, oh crap, what's happening? And then another one got called. And then another one got called. And then another one got called. And suddenly it was just me and my best friend sitting at this table. And we were like, what just happened? And then later we find out that photos, videos, and all these other things were leaked from that party that had the drinking and had all these other things that couldn't be leading to good things, was leaked to the principals. And if you know anything about being an athlete or know anything about signing any contracts, you sign a contract not to do these things while in season, and legally it's not proper to drink when you're under the age, and all those people were. So they signed these contracts and they signed this right, and then they got caught doing it. So what happened to a few of those people and what happened to a lot of other people in our senior class was some of them got suspended from the football team. Some of them got suspended from the basketball team. Their last 3 games they didn't get to play in their senior year. It was a whole thing where everyone was so sad, everyone was so mad, everyone was so confused at why this could be happening to them. But the reality of it was they chose it. Some of them even lost their scholarships to college. And it's crazy to think of now because you're like, it'll never happen to me. I'm going to be fine. But it happens to everybody, and it happens in some way, some fashion. So what if I went to that party? Would I be able to stand in front of you today? Would I be at the college I'm at today? Would I have the friends I'm around today? Or would I be somewhere else where I probably honestly would be left with despair and sadness because I missed so much? It's kind of sad to think about, but if you don't choose your friends will pick you. You need to choose your friends. You need to choose the people you're trusting and putting in your life, because if you don't, they're going to leave you in despair, and they're going to leave you in a place that you're not going to be happy. You're not going to love your life anymore. let's look at, but it's not just me saying this. It's not just this reality that I've pictured in my head. The Bible actually speaks into this. So if you open up your Bibles to Proverbs 6:12 through 19, and we're going to talk about this wicked man. And this wicked man is somebody that you do not want to be around, because God not only hates him, but he despises him because of these actions that he has done. So it is so important that we are not having these people in our life. So let's look at a few different things that are described as the wicked man. So if you open up to Proverbs 6:12 through 19. So I'm going to read for you guys right here. And this is an NLT if you have your Bibles. So Proverbs 6:12 through 19. So it says, "What are the worthless and wicked people like? They are consistent liars, signaling their deceit with a wink of an eye, a nudge of a foot, or a wiggle of a finger. They have hearts that plot evil, and they are consistently stirred up trouble. But they will be destroyed suddenly, broken in an instant, beyond all hope of healing. There are 6 things the Lord hates. No, 7 things he detests: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that kill the innocent, a heart that plots evil, feet that race to do wrong, a false witness who pours out lies, a person who sows in discord in a family." There's 7 things that describe people that are living among us. And these people we need to stay away from. So what are things to be cautious for? What are things to be alert for so you can make sure that these people aren't in your life? So the first one is haughty eyes. And this means prideful. This means people that are so built up of themselves that they think that they have it all together, but really they don't. And those people that walk into a room and they're like, "I'm going to destroy you guys on this math test." Or they walk in and they're going to be like, "I can crush anybody in this room in basketball because I'm just that good." And it's not to be funny, but it's to be serious. And they actually think that. That is pride. The next one, a lying tongue. People that lie just because they want to lie. They're not cautious with what they say. They say it and they're like, "I'm just going to lie because I want to lie." Person that kills the innocent. This could be a murderer or this could be a bully. This could be someone that wants to destroy people because they think that it makes them feel better. They destroy the people that are innocent and have nothing that they've done wrong. A heart that plots evil. Simply, this is an evil person. This is a person that stirs up something and they just want a plan to destroy a person. This could be someone that gossips and tears down other people and they're plotting this all out, figuring it all out. That's something you want to stay away from. A feet that races to do wrong. This is someone that causes trouble. This is someone that stirs up the pot whenever 2 friends are fighting. They're like, "Well, I also heard this over here. I also might have saw that happen over there." But they're wanting to get into the middle of that so they can cause trouble between somebody or cause trouble between anything. A false witness. This is someone that's been asked to tell the truth and they're directly lying to that person. They've been asked to be truthful to the person, but they've decided right in that moment, they had a chance to tell the truth and they're like, "I'm going to choose a lie," rather than choosing the truth. You want to stay away from that. And then someone who sows discord. This is a person that wants to fight. This is a fighter that always thinks that the one solution to any problem is fighting it out and trying to battle to who's the best. These are all things that are pretty obvious. You're like, yeah, I probably should stay away from. But we still let these people in our life and we give them a dismiss. But we need to stay away from these things if we want to do the right thing. But you may be asking, okay, so all these things are so hard to stay away from. But what are some things I can look for to help me find a good person? So who should you trust? What makes a good friend? So we're going to look at a few verses in Proverbs. And if you want to flip your Bible, you can. But it's going to be a lot of verses, so hold tight. But the first thing that what makes a good friend is wisdom. And wisdom is good judgment over things. So this person really has a good judgment over what is right and what is wrong. They have a wise understanding of what they should do. And this is found in Proverbs 13:20. It says, "Walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with the fool and get into trouble." Plainly it states, if you want to be wise, go with the wise. If you want to be a fool, you're going to get in trouble. The second one. Loyal. This is a person that doesn't gossip. This is a person that is loyal to you, loyal to your friends, loyal whenever you and two other people in a room, if one of them walks out, if they start talking bad about that person that just walked out, you know they're probably not loyal. Because whenever you leave, they could talk bad about you as well. That's gossip. That's something we want to stay away from. And this is in Proverbs 16:28. A troublemaker plants seeds of strife. Gossip separates the best of friends. Gossip will stir up and separate people. But a person that plants goodness and talks grace into people is what is going to help other people. So you want to find someone that's loyal, that does not gossip. The third one, someone that loves. They care about others. This is found in Proverbs 17:17. A friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in a time of need. They are there to love you. They're there to care about you. They want to stand by your side. Whenever you're feeling awful, they're there to help you and push you back up. The fourth one, reliable. They're always there. So they're always there whenever you need someone. They're always there whenever you need someone to pick you up. They're always there to help you no matter what's going on. No matter if you're trying to push them away, they come swinging back harder because they want to help you. And this is in Proverbs 18:24. There are friends who destroy each other, but a real friend sticks closer than a brother. The fifth one, self-control. They think before they talk. This is super simple. They think, they don't just blast out things and try to move on. So this is found in Proverbs 22:24 through 25. Don't befriend angry people or associate with hot-tempered people, or you will learn to be like them and endanger your soul. So if you want to be someone that's calm, if you want to be someone that has good standing, then you need to make sure that you are constantly lifting up other people in your life and you're constantly having self-control. And then the last one that we have is inspires. This is a person that encourages, and this is a person that pushes you to do the right thing. In Proverbs 27:17, it says that an iron sharpens iron and a friend sharpens a friend. This is a person that's encouraging you to do the right thing. So you're like, this is impossible. What am I supposed to do? There's so many things that I need to do to find a friend. Well, you need to look for these things or you'll lead to despair. And you're never going to find the perfect person, and that's okay. Because there's only one perfect person in this world, and that is Jesus. In John 15:13, it says, there is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friend. Now, none of you are probably going to die for your friend, but the person that died for you, the person that died so that you could go to heaven one day, is Jesus. And that is the ultimate friend you can ever have in your life. He is going to be there for you no matter what goes on, and he's going to be encouraging you to do better, and he's going to always be there for you, just like a good friend would be. So if you want a relationship with Jesus today, I pray that you can just accept him into your heart and have this relationship and reach out to one of us. Message us in our Instagram or on our YouTube. Reach out to our YouTube channel and we can help you start that relationship with him. But today, if you want to make that decision, then I'm going to lead you in a prayer and we can pray together right now. So, dear Lord, I just want to thank you so much for these people watching this message right now. I pray that they can choose good friends. But if they don't have a relationship with you today, Lord, I pray that they accept you into their heart right now. I pray that they say, Jesus, I need you in my life right now in order to lead me to the right place. I pray you've given your life on the cross. You've laid down your life for me and for my sin. I pray that I can just follow you and learn to love you more than anything else in this world, Lord. I thank you so much for all of you guys being here today. I pray that if you've accepted Christ in your heart, I pray that you text us, message us, do whatever you can so that we can contact you and get connected with you as well. I thank you guys for coming tonight, and I pray that you can come into next week's because we're going to talk about some more dumb people that have died in the Bible in very dumb ways. So I'll see you guys. Have a great week.